Okay, well, I'm back on the boat and just got back from Colorado, and that was a wonderful trip. That was very special. I'll tell you all about it later. And it's time to just get after some of these jobs that have been nagging for months. Not the least of which is this nasty winch. Here's the deal. This is the winch. It's been replaced once before. There's holes here that have been plugged, or there, and there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyways, and now we've got this new winch, and you can tell it's been leaking. So it's been leaking for a while, and it's finally time to deal with that. So I took down this headliner as well. Mary was talking about it, and she was just saying that, I mean, this cheap vinyl pleather or whatever it is, it needs to come down. It needs to be updated. So she was wanting to like upgrade it with a cloth or something. I don't know what she has in mind, but anything is better than this. So I'll let her do what she wants there. And but before we can do that, I got to fix these leaks. So that came out easily. This is the Traveler. And it's loose as well, so I'll just fix that now too. I've got this panel down, so it's easy to get at everything. Oh boy, these bolts are... So I've tried to goop these holes up in the past, and just to make it work, which of course didn't work. So anyways, I'll clean all of this up. God. Okay, gotta fix this. Well, I can tell you about that trip to Colorado. That was special. Of course, when I first got there, Mary was sick. She had come down with COVID a couple of days before I got there. So the first 2 days of my trip, well, I got there, I don't even know what day it was, Sunday. I got there Sunday, and it was decided that I would just get a hotel room because her son Tucker still had COVID symptoms, and of course she did as well. So I stayed at a hotel that night. The next day, so that night I went out for dinner with her friend Jennifer, and that was fun. That was good to meet Jennifer. Of course, I've talked to Jennifer throughout the time that I've known Mary, and so it was great to meet her friends, and Jennifer took care of me as far as, you know, providing me with some company and going out for dinner. That was fun. So then the next day, Gretchen picked me up at the hotel, and we went to Red Rocks, and that was fascinating. That's an amazing natural amphitheater that it wins the worldwide award for amphitheaters so often that they stop them from competing in the awards, and the award is named after Red Rocks now. So it's a dream of mine to go see a concert there. There's all the biggest names in the world have performed at Red Rocks. So then finally it was time to meet Mary's family. We had to keep our distance for the first few days, which was incredibly difficult, but at least we were in the same house. And then the plan was, so we were trying to make sure that I didn't get sick because we had plans for later in the week down at the cabin in Telluride. And so we stayed away from each other. Mary masked up. We had to deliver one of Mary's vehicles that she had sold. So we did all that. And I didn't get sick, so that's good. Then on the Wednesday, we went to Glenwood Springs with Mary's family, and that was amazing. It's this old historic town. It seems like all the towns in Colorado are old and historic. But we went to the Glenwood Springs, the hot springs there. We stayed in the Hotel Colorado, which is a 140-year-old hotel that Teddy Roosevelt stayed in or frequented in. And that's actually where the teddy bear was formed. He was on a bear hunt and didn't get a bear. And so the hotel staff stitched together this toy bear for him. And that's how the name Teddy Bear came about. I really enjoyed our couple of nights that we stayed there. Then we hopped in the Montero and drove to Telluride. And again, Telluride is this amazing place. It's so beautiful.
That bank right there was robbed by Butch Cassidy. It was the first robbery he ever committed. And that is the last dollar saloon.
And again, Telluride is this amazing place. It's so beautiful. And that was a special night. That was Mary's birthday. That was the 26th. And we stayed up at her cabin. Again, that was special. Mary spent 6 years living there alone, way up on the mesa. So that was impressive to see. We had friends over on Saturday night, or Mary's friends, which are now my friends. And so that was wonderful. What else did we do? We visited the history of that rural area is incredible. So we visited this old abandoned dairy, and it had been in continuous operation from the late 1800s up until the 1950s. So we just toured around there, this abandoned farm. It was fascinating to imagine what that place would have been like in its heyday. We saw the trees where the old sheep herders from the 30s and 40s had carved their names in the trees. So that was an interesting bit of history. And then from there, Mary and I drove to Salida, Colorado. And we spent the night there, and the next day, we were tourists and looked around and did some shopping, and it was a lot of fun. The Colorado River runs through there, and the one thing that's interesting about it seems like everywhere we went in Colorado, there was a river that was made for fly fishing. So fly fishing is, of course, just huge in Colorado. So the whole trip, I'm just looking at this water going, I wish that I could be fishing this water. And Mary has a history of guiding whitewater rafting as well. So that's her jam. So, between whitewater rafting and fly fishing, I really want to spend more time in Colorado. So I'm looking forward to that. And then it was just time to come home. And that was really sad, actually, not going to lie. What's happening now is that I'm getting the boat ready because I'm going to meet Mary in Seattle next week. On the 13th, we're going to Ben Howard. He's one of our favorite singer-songwriters, so he has a concert there in Seattle. So we're going to go meet up there, spend a couple nights in a hotel there, and then both of us are going to fly back here to Victoria, and we're going to spend the next 5 or 6 days on the boat. So that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. So anyways, we've got some big news for the channel that's coming up. I don't know when we'll tell everybody about it, but the members of Patreon already know. So if you want to know, you can head over there. Don't forget to like and subscribe these videos, please. I don't know what's going to happen beyond that. Mary is busy trying to downsize her life and be able to make the move here to the boat. We're still hoping that will happen sometime in September. But right now it's just kind of hard to tell. And you know what? It just is what it is. It'll happen when it happens. So that's why I'm trying to get this boat ready here, is that it needs to be comfortable for the winter for both of us to be in, and it needs to be in shape for us to be able to do some sailing. So I better get back at it.